Hey, how's it going? Today's Monday, and we are taking a look or reflecting overall week. We just finished week 124. Overall, it was a great week. I wish I have done more. People are still feeling holiday spirits. It's not very productive way. I would be reaching out to the people, and then some of those people will be busy doing other things than working. So that's overall overview of the week. Let's progress to week 125, and we are starting strong. I have very important meetings today when it comes to establishing perhaps energy security and or manufacturing. I'm progressing into perhaps Tuesday. Some of the meetings that's front loading my week, and we're gonna close week looking and sourcing finance. Yesterday, when I was taking a look at Europe and perhaps ways of sourcing raw materials, right? Perhaps I can do a few videos on that and some of the my personal understanding and or thinking coming into this. We can touch on that. Perhaps it might worth reflecting on some of those areas and from those progressing in perhaps what's happening in Europe. We can touch on that. We can touch on what's happening in the UK. There's so much work to do today. And I'm not in the best mood, by the way. So I'm very angry. But anyway, let's start with Europe. It's something I was taking a look at raw materials and potential ways of sourcing raw materials. I was thinking about the best way of doing it. For those of you who remember, perhaps, yesterday I was taking a look at raw materials connecting matches. While I was looking at that, I thought about what would be the best process of doing it. And there is a number of competitions. I have reached out to the organization. This organization, it seems that they're looking to improve the social media reach. I have highlighted perhaps that they should consider within Europe launching their own projects instead of perhaps asking for help from American projects, right? And we would take a look at social media, right? So that would be a starting block. Once that's been said, instead of perhaps now we're looking to launch podcast, and they're gonna be launching that podcast on our European, partly or entirely funded organization, gonna launch that podcast on American projects. So I thought, why not build your own projects and launch your podcast on your own projects? But I think time frame for express of interest was just a week or something. It should be, I guess, a lot longer. Because it was, I think it was only a week. It wasn't a long. So I still submit the project yesterday. Perhaps there might be some fun experience around that. And let's progress to some opportunities within this organization. I was taking a look at this organization, and it seems that this organization now, as of now, they have a number of different programs, right? But overall, that's an organization's website. So that's something that I was doing research yesterday, and I find it wasn't that easy to find, I guess. The number of programs that would be called KAVA. So I'll jump on those, and from those we can progress. Myself, I'm going very fast. I don't know if I'm a beginner friend, I guess, when it comes to introducing people and onboarding and sharing all the information that will be required, right? So if you were to build anything, right, most likely you're gonna need raw resources, minerals or resources, rare earths, right? So if you yourself at any point you're gonna be looking to source that, right? Perhaps you're gonna need to have partnerships with other countries, organizations, businesses, right? And how and where to begin. Perhaps I haven't done anything with this particular organization. That would be within Europe, right? And something that's called raw materials, right? I haven't done anything. There might be some opportunities here. It's something that I have touched on yesterday, as well as I have seen a number of those opportunities, right? Currently, as of now, I think there's a number of those available for people who are interested in taking part, right? That would be something that's called KAVA, which is a very funny name, by the way. For people who know what that means, it's a very funny name, kinda, I guess. What's not necessarily for everyone, right? So from there, they have a number of opportunities available, right? That would be education, capacity building, innovation, and upscaling, right? So education, perhaps that's a good place to begin, but it depends. Perhaps within the requirements they might have, your business need to be education provider. I thought the education would be courses to understand how to do it. So it depends, right? I haven't taken part yet in any of those opportunities yet, right? Capacity building. From capacity building, perhaps unless you have raw access to raw materials, I would highly recommend not don't even start doing anything unless you have it. If you have it, then you can progress. So, if you don't have it, well, you might be struggling. So let's progress. Innovation, perhaps there's some opportunities there, and upscaling. So perhaps if you have already existing business model that works, you can upscale that business model and progress from there. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book, Project Fitflow. Within this book, I'm taking a look at fitness and I think what you would need to know about your body and some of those areas that would be very important. That would be recovery, nutrition, and working out. Once you have those three areas covered and you have enough understanding, would that's where I would start myself with understanding and from there, or education, I guess, with today's video, right? Once you have that education, you can progress, and that would potentially reduce your time frame, how much time you need to spend in the gym, and all the time spent, and how you're using that time to optimizing that time, right? So you would actually gain something from experience in the gym and or working out or lifting weights. To help you with that, I have published this book. You can find the QR code in the corner, company's website below. This opportunity might be great for people who want to get into the industry, right? And myself, I'm coming into this from manufacturing. Perhaps if I were to source any materials, I would be interested in understanding the process. That's how I was taking a look at education, and from there, I have progressed into perhaps capacity building. So perhaps that one might be a defined process, right? My follow up with filling all the forms and taking part, right? Perhaps upscaling might not be best to begin with, if that makes sense. Perhaps education, reaching out to partners to begin with, from the capacity building, nice and easy, and from the innovation, perhaps innovation, I will might consider even the beginning if that would be an option. But again, it would be a very challenging thing to do. But that's overall my own understanding for people who are interested in getting into manufacturing and sourcing materials, what you're gonna be manufacturing from, and what and everything that will be important. And the partners can be anywhere, I guess. There's something that was posted on this organization's website. I think it's 300 or perhaps 700 partners that they have. So that will be just an overall overview of this organization. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.